now. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Now What? What's Next? The show that talks about a story, your story, and making sure that you love your story above all else. And tonight's episode, we're going to talk about serve others and make money. And it's an important episode to sit there and go over, but let's go through some housekeeping real quick. First off, if things are coming in kind of funky or fuzzy, one, Blab's a beta, but make sure you let me know in the comments to the side if my audio gets a little jittery or out of whack, or one of the guests or anything of that nature. Please let us know. If there's nothing going on and no one else is having any problems, then the problem is you. So the most simple thing that you can probably do is just refresh your browser and come on back into the room. But with that being said, if you have a question or you want to chit chat, the comments are to the right of the viewing. In order to type a question, I put a nice little helpful slice of a GIF in there for you, /Q, and type your question. It'll pop up over there, and I will promise that I will get to it. I'm going to lock the seat to begin with because I've got some important bullet items that I want to go over with you about this particular topic. And then what I'll do is at the end of the show, I'm going to open it up, allow you to come into the hot seat. I do want to talk about tomorrow night's episode. Tomorrow night's episode is a very special episode. It is my first interview episode of Now What's Next? And tomorrow night's special guest is Robert C. Stern. Make sure that you are there live with me, 7 p.m. Eastern. Thanks a lot, Dennis, for coming in. I appreciate you showing up. And the other thing is, you know what? If you do /notify, this will notify all your other Blab followers that you are in here. Get them on in here. We're going to talk about serving others, making money, and tell a little bird. Get those people watching from anywhere and everywhere. So I do want to make sure that I did my own little audio video check once again, but I do want to make sure that you can hear me. So if you just type a 1 in the comment section, that'll be great. And let me know that you can hear me. And that's it for the housekeeping. Ready? Let's get going. So serve others, make money. Buzzwords, and this is where I'm going to start off with, and I'll talk about buzzwords a lot, and a lot of times buzzwords kill me because of their overuse, their misuse, or their misused overuse. You take whichever one you want to pick. And so one of the things that one of the buzzwords that's been around for a while that everybody talks about is your passion. I just love to and blank. Or someone saying, you're really good at such and such and blank, you should do X and take it out there. And they sit there and consistently talk about passion. And the people get going and think that their passion is what's going to just make the money roll. And it's going to go ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching in the bank. And a lot of times what they do is they end up failing, a lot of frustration and trying to figure out why and what's going on. And so tonight's episode, like I say, is serve others and make money. And it's in that order for a particular reason, because you are here in your business, in your brand, to serve others first, or at least you should be. And if you're not, I'm going to go over some of the reasons as to why you should, and hopefully bring a little bit of clarity to it. Now, like I say, any type of questions that you have as we go along, I will try and catch them as I go, or I will just catch them towards the end. So, and if I don't catch them, I'll go back through the episode and I'll watch what's out there. But you can also tweet. Hashtag for the show is NWWN Talk, and I do monitor that out there. Twitter is a very fine way to make sure you get in touch with me. So let's talk about it again. That buzzword. Passion. Here's what you need to do. You need to define your purpose, not your passion. Your purpose is your passion. So I just love to make cupcakes. I think I just really enjoy changing oil. You're really good at fixing computers. you should open up your own business and all this type of stuff. And people get welled up in there, and people overuse or misuse the word passion. Well, here's the reason that passion doesn't really work, and that it's purpose and it's serving others. Well, to get something that you've never gotten, you must do something you have never done. Okay. And so a lot of us have that gift that we all have for various different things. You may cook, you may fry chicken better than anyone else fries chicken in your area or in your region or whatever. But, knowing how to fry chicken isn't the only thing. You've got to be able to build that business around that purpose and be able to make the transaction. You got to get the subscribers. You got to get the, two of my favorite symbols are the pound symbol, the hash symbol, the number signal. Before it was ever a hashtag in my day, it was a pound or it was a number sign. And you've got the dollar sign. Those are the two favorite symbols that I have. And the number sign, numbers, subscribers, you know what? The more of those, then you can have something to sell. But you got to find those subscribers. You got to find that audience. You got to find that community and be able to resonate your message out there. And it's not going to happen if you don't have a good plan. And so that's where we're going with this. You got to learn how to flip the trading of hours for dollars. And that's what a lot of us fail to do. You can work yourself. You've heard it before. You heard I've worked myself to the bone, day in, day out, long hours during the course of the day. And it's not producing any more than it actually should be. And it's a lot of times because you're just, it's only you or it's only your team, and you can only produce so much that comes out of the course of the day. And you haven't figured out how to flip that system around to where you're not trading the hours for dollars, where you do have a way to build your list while you sleep, make a sale while you sleep, all that type of stuff. Let's see, what else is there? So let's go back to, and I started to hint on this, that I just love to insert whatever you want in that blank. You're really good at insert whatever you want at that blank. It's a transaction, or it's not a transaction, actually. I'm sorry, it's not a transaction. I just love to, whatever isn't a transaction, it's a pat on the back. And a pat on the back doesn't go ka-ching. A pat on the back goes thump. And what else goes thump? You do when you fall flat. You do when you fall on your face. So we're trying to stay away from the thump, or recognize the thump for a thump and try and figure out a way to get away from the thump. Let's see. Your purpose is an opportunity to serve others. Notice I'm saying your purpose, not your passion, not your love for what you do, but what you do, why you do. Simon Sinek says it best, right? Simon Sinek says, people don't do why you do what you do. They do why you do. All right. And of course, your unceasing desire to do what you do is the key to creating a business that serves you well, but also, and more importantly, serves your community well in the not you-centered universe. All right. It's an opportunity. It's the inspiration. And this, I do use passion here, but your passion is an opportunity. Your purpose is an opportunity to serve others with clarity and inspiration, to teach, to advocate, to support, to comfort, to motivate, to serve. And a lot of people don't, I don't know. I keep running across people that fail to see that. When you ask them, when I talk to them or when I listen to them, and they're talking about building a business, or they're talking about what they built their business, the biggest revolving factor around it is the dollar sign, the money. I'm doing this to make the money. And if you listen to anybody who is successful as they go along in life and business, it's not about the money. Wealth is not just about the dollars that are in the bank account. Now, trust me, yes, it helps to pay the bills. It helps to provide the lifestyle that you're looking for. But wealth is so many other things, because at the end of the day, when all is said and done and you're alone and no one is knocking down your door to buy that product anymore because you weren't clear and inspiring and what and why you do what you do, that's all you've got left. So you better make sure that you've got a hold and a grasp of it at the beginning before you sit there and just fall into that pit of despair and unprosperous ways and make a bad name for yourself. Trust me, word of mouth travels faster than anything, can kill you faster than anything. You got to make sure that you start that at the beginning. And a lot of people don't focus on that part. They sit there and they go, I'm really good at, okay, how do I make money? How do I monetize it? Oh, there's one buzzword I can't stand. How do I monetize it? That's the wrong question. The right question should be, how can I get this out so that other people, so that it can serve other people, so that it can help them? Because I know it can help them. I know it can make their lives better. What is it that I got to do? And you got to be able to lay that plan out. You got to be able to work that plan and work that purpose when nothing else works, when nothing else comes about. You got to be able to work that purpose when, here's the key defining moment. Your purpose, that is your passion, is whatever you would do if you would wake up tomorrow and do it for free, because you probably already have been. All right. That's a real key thing. If you're doing stuff and you're not, if it's a hobby rather than a business, and a big defining factor of that is, is it helping others? Are you charging for it and that type of stuff? We do hobbies all day long. I have a tech background. I can help people with their PC and their Mac problems and their tablet and their phone problems, but I don't make any money off of that. It's just something that I do. That's one area that you need to go. How are we going so far? Everything resonating well? Chat's kind of quiet. Let me know thoughts and see what's going on. And I'm going to hit on to the next thing. All right. Because it's not the passion, it's not the purpose that drives the transactions. It's the service. All right. People, we are abundantly overloaded with information. Okay. The information age is here and embedded and available to everyone. Everybody can go out and find all the information that they need for free online. That's not what they need you for. It's not the content. It's the blueprint. It's the how-to. It's the direct access to you in a community or through emails or coaching calls or coaching webinars or anything of that nature. That's where it's at. And that is service. It's you sitting there going, okay, I've gone through all of this stuff and I've kissed a lot of frogs and figured out what is fluff and doesn't work, what you don't need to focus on, all this other type of stuff. Here's the laid out plan that works. Follow these step by step, and all this type of stuff. That's what people are coming to you for. Make those. And here's another key item. When you're building your business, when you're starting out, or if you're already ingrained in your business, you've already started out, but you're struggling. You're fighting tooth and nail trying to get new clients. Figure out what your foundation of your business is. Okay, is the foundation of your business you, or is the foundation of your business those that you serve with the service that you provide. Okay. Yeah, it still comes from you, but it's no longer centered and focused on you. Now, all of a sudden, you realize it's centered and focused on those you serve. So here's a couple of examples. The food trucks are a big thing, right? They're all hip and trendy now. We used to call them roach coaches when I was growing up. But hey, I've been to a few food trucks. Yeah, the food's been really good, but either way, whatever. But the food truck owner, he doesn't only have a passion for selling that Mexican, Korean fused base taco or whatever. He's creating an opportunity to educate others about foreign cultures. He's offering a hub for a human connection. It's a gathering spot. He's inspiring you or others or those he serves to try new things. The jewelry designer, another niche, they don't only have a passion to make elegant jewelry from recycled material. Let's make it eco-friendly. But they're also empowering women to feel beautiful in their own skin, creating opportunities. See how it works differently as you look at it differently. It's not about the me. It's about the you. Or it's not about you. It's about them that you serve. A copywriter doesn't have just a copywriter's purpose isn't for passionately writing words. It's bringing clarity to clients, enabling business owners to see a new side of their business. Kind of like what I'm trying to do here, except I'm not writing copy. Do you understand? You can love exactly, and completely and totally what it is you do. But you got to make the others. You got to make those that you serve the foundation. And that's really the direction of the whole thing. Hopefully I didn't take too long to get there. But I wanted to, hey, Tim, thanks a lot for joining in. I wanted to make sure that we went over all the different steps and all the different things that I've been hearing. And I've been hearing it for a while. It's not what you do. It's why and how. So like I say, Simon Sinek says it best. And if you've not read Start With Why, watched one of the numerous YouTubes or TEDx's that are out there, I encourage you to go find out and go listen and go get educated in that way, because he really puts it forward well. But the problem is, I know a lot of people that have, and then they still come back and then everything that they're centered and focused on is about the what. And it's not about the why. So hopefully those examples I was giving of the food truck, of the jewelry person, of the copywriter, and like I say, take whatever it is you want and just figure it out, but stop making you the center of the universe. Stop making you the sun and having planets revolve around you. Instead, it's make it about the planets first and foremost. That's it for my spiel. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to unlock the seat, and if anybody wants to hop in, you are more than welcome to jump in. Hopefully everything came across well and clear, but if you've got any questions or if you've got any feedback or input, this is all about you. It's not about me. So I welcome anybody and everybody that wants to jump in. Feel free to jump in. Otherwise, I'm going to continue to blab about this topic and maybe others. Not other topics, but continue to blab on about it. While somebody gathers up the nerve to try and jump in, and like I say, let me know in the comments. Hey, how's this sound? How does it sound are you struggling? Let me know that in the comments. Have you been struggling in your business? Have you been struggling trying to get others to comprehend and, just understand what it is you do? Are you struggling to get those subscribers, those new prospects, to turn them into clients? And we got Tim that wants to come in, so we will welcome Tim Burt Media.
Hello.
Hi, Tim. How are you?
Good. How are you? Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you just fine. I'm going to turn up volume.
Good.
That's me, not you.
Hang on a second here. Let me do that. Okay. Had to turn you up here.
Yeah.
One of the things that you were talking about, and the title of your blab intrigued me.
Good.
Serve others, make money. If you look at my bio, I have written, recorded, and produced more than 30,000 commercials around the world for radio, television, web, print, direct mail, billboards, movie theater ads, etc., etc. And I say this not as an indictment of advertising agencies, because not all of them are bad. Most of them, however, are.
Right.
And what you can learn from them is, see, most, again, not all, most ad agencies want to show you how creative they are.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that doesn't do anything for the business.
Yep.
And if you hired an ad agency, and they came up with a really creative or funny commercial, but generated no results, would you still have to pay them?
Yeah.
And who's left holding the bag? You.
Yeah, that's exactly right. You're exactly right.
Yeah. So when you talk about serve others and make money, in my seminars, I make most of my seminars, I make the audience say that advertising is not about me. Advertising is to build traffic. And so I don't care what you're selling. I've had to sell everything from spaghetti sauce to multi-million-dollar houses to get traffic to hopefully convert those. If you understand that you are not the end user, that your targeted audience is the end user, and you help them, don't brag, help, and you're all going to be a lot better off, because again, it's not about you. It's about what does your target audience, what do they want to know?
Exactly.
How can you help them?
Exactly.
So, you have to be really, really careful. My computer's sliding here. You have to be really careful when you're devising any sort of, I don't care if it's a Facebook ad, a promoted Twitter post. It doesn't matter if I were to give you the secret sauce tip of advertising, and which really translates even to Facebook posts or anything like that, it's if you can enter the conversation that your targeted audience is having in their minds with themselves at any time. If you can do that, your chances of success, by that I mean generating more traffic, dramatically skyrocket. So don't think about, hey, this is a really cute, funny way to type this, or this is a funny, cute, clever headline, or check out this picture. That's not what it's about. It's people are coming to you for help.
Yeah, exactly.
If you're stranded on the side of the road, which post are you going to look at? The one that's, got the cute picture of the kitten, or the guy that's got holding the wrench,
Right.
Exactly. So, I just wanted to kind of, expand on what you had said there.
Well, no, and I appreciate it. I think you're just affirming everything that I was eventually getting to, which was, it's about the foundation of your business, and so I started off talking about buzzwords, and my dislike for numerous buzzwords, and I've got a very long and growing list of buzzwords that I don't like, and so one of them is passion. What's your passion? Follow your passion, all this type. And I'm like, no, it's your purpose. Your purpose is your passion.
Mm-hmm.
But also, who you serve is make them your foundation, and not you. Because without them,
absolutely.
there is no you. Without fans, there is no football game, worth going to see, or because they're not going to be there because nobody's supporting them. Again, I understand the underlying purpose, the underlying result everybody would like is the fact that I've got bills. I would like to make money, and I need to make money. Sure, that's fine. But nobody's coming to you because you have to make money. They're coming to you because of why you do what you do, and that's why I mentioned Simon Sinek. I talked about, I know quite a few people who have read his book, and you'd never be able to tell.
Yeah. It's what Brian Tracy calls shelf help.
Yeah.
Especially if you, if you're a business owner, or maybe you're just starting your business and you think, oh, I have to do all of this studying and I have to sign up for all these courses and get on all these email lists.
Mm-hmm.
The overwhelm that you will feel is staggering because there's so much out there. And when I say so much, a lot of it is absolute garbage.
Absolutely. And that is the whole purpose behind the Brand Machine, which is the company and the course membership and all this stuff, because the snow effect, and I've talked about this before. This, snow is SNO, shiny new object. The membership apocalypse that's out there and you sit there and you go, I really love doing, making tacos. So I used a food truck guy as an example. And then after the euphoria is gone and it's you're all alone and it's dark, and now you go, now what? And it's the whole purpose of now what's next. That's what NWWN stands for. It's now what's next. Now what's next? And then all of a sudden, all the bad advice starts coming in. Oh, you need a website, and you need a Facebook fan page, and you need, and people are on the wrong steps.
Yeah.
And then they listen to the wrong stuff, and then somebody comes along and say, you should do Facebook ads.
Right.
Now all of a sudden you're caught up in, okay, well, who do I go listen to, and what do I do? No, you should do Facebook video ads. Yeah. Oh, now you got to go, I'd like to have more videos done and put up on YouTube, because YouTube is the second largest search engine in the world. And so it's like, okay, oh, well, you need lighting, you need a better mic, you need a better this is the type of camera you need. Oh, you need to shoot here, and this is what you need to say. No, and that's what, one of my terms this year is go boldly. Just do it. Because after you get all this other, and then fine tune it as you go along.
Yeah.
We'll do that. We are the ones that constantly get in our own way, and we constipate the situation.
Yeah.
And that is why the Brand Machine is BRAN. I did it on purpose. The Brand Machine is there to help unclog the pipes and get things going.
Right.
But I had heard, and especially, in a lot of these topics that I'm going with this show now starting up this year is because of all the New Year stuff. And so one of the things is that, people are focused on the wrong end of the spectrum. I always sit there and say, and I wasn't the person that came up with it, I can't remember who did, but I certainly caught on to it and advocated it. The difference between an audience and a community is the way the chairs are turned.
Could you repeat that? I'm sorry. The difference?
The difference between an audience and a community is the way the chairs are turned.
Ah, yeah.
So if you think about an audience and you think about being up on in front of a lectern or a stage or something like that, everybody's facing you. In a community, the chairs are all turned in a circle, and again, it's about you guys, not about me.
Yeah. One of the things you had said that triggered a thought, is one of my, you talked about these phrases that you hate or words that you hate. And the one phrase that that has driven me insane is the phrase, and you see it on the little placards, and you post it around the office or whatever. It says, act like a leader. No, don't act like a leader, because act is part of acting, which is playing pretend.
Yeah.
How about be a leader? Don't act like it. Don't pretend it. Do it. Don't, and I love your NWWN. I think that is really quite, it's so clear and simple, yet it's so profound. Now what's next? Is that
exactly?
That's it. Okay. Now
what's exactly what it is.
It's almost a riff of the, in the Disney world, their Imagineering department, where they come up with all the new rides and everything. Mm-hmm. If you ever walk in there, excuse me, there's they have a huge wall. The first thing you see when you walk in that room, there's a huge wall, and they have painted on this wall in huge letters, and then what? ?
Yep.
So I have long said to business owners that, especially ones that are just starting out, that they have the idea of where they want to go. They know the niche and the hole that they want to fill in their space in the marketplace. And that's great. And that's how most businesses start. And that's what you should do. but you get so short-sighted and you get so caught up in the day-to-day minutia on how am I going to do this? How am I going to do this? And you develop that checklist. Okay, I got to get funding. I got to get a website. I got to do videos. I got to do this. I got to do that. That you don't see the long-term picture. I mean, it's one thing to sit there and you think, okay, 5 years down the road, what would I like to be? Well, I'd like to be the largest blank in the blank space, whatever.
Right.
Most people don't get that far. They get about 2 weeks down the road, and then they end up with no phone calls, no web traffic, no emails, no Facebook likes, no nothing. And then they fall into the NWWN trap, as you call it, which I think is really, I don't know if you came up with that, but man, that's really good.
I did. This was all, I went through what's next. There's a replay that should still be up for it. Hopefully it came out all right. I actually didn't check it, but I wanted to go ahead and talk about what is now what's next, and what can you expect. And it all stemmed from not only what I saw in myself, but what I was helping other people get through themselves. And I was like, I think it started last year, and somebody was like, well, I did Facebook ads and I didn't get that much traffic. And all right, now what's next?
Yeah. Well, you know what, the thing about
Facebook, do it again. And I was like, no.
Well, here's the thing about Facebook ads, let me give you a case study of my own real briefly from a year ago. I did Facebook ads and I did LinkedIn ads. Mm-hmm. I got more traffic off of Facebook, but I got better quality traffic off of LinkedIn simply because of what I was talking about advertising. Yep. About a webinar that I was doing. And most people don't realize that what's the number? It's like 0.03 or something per conversion rate off of a Facebook ad is considered really good, which to me is staggering how low that is. Mine was a 0.4 and I was ready to hang myself because I thought it was terrible. And then I hear, oh no, 0.4, that's actually pretty good. Yeah, it is. It's kind of shocking. So the point with that is,
I always take people beyond I take them beyond that. So, there's the 100-10-10 rule. So for every 100 people, you're going to get 10% to opt in. And from that 10%, you're going to get 10% to actually show up. Yeah. And then there's a 1% that actually may, if you're selling something, will buy.
Will convert. Yeah.
So out of 100 people, you get one.
Well,
and if you follow that rule, that's considered really good. And then, you hear people that do worse or that have done better. And I'm like,
right. Well, and when I was going back to ad agencies, first off, again, most, not all, most, you have to manage your expectations because you can't run a Facebook ad and think, oh gosh, half the people that see this are going to click on it. No, they're not. No, you can hyper target as much as you want. You hope that they do. I mean, that ideally, if your copy's written well, if you have an engaging headline and a decent subhead or a really good subhead, yeah, you're going to get some conversions off of that. But don't think, oh gosh, 800 people are going to show up to this thing. No, they're not. Unless you're one of the superstars of the world, you got to start somewhere. You got to start low. So the now what's next, I think is just really, really good. So kudos to you on that. I may or may not steal that. May or may not. I'm not sure. But if I do, I will certainly give you credit. How about that?
Send them my way.
I will.
And there'll be a whole bunch that are, again, it's a blab show that I'm doing, and then I repurpose everything out there. There's going to be there's going to be a lot that comes out of it.
Yeah. Cool.
And, my NWWN being used by others. That's why I'm using NWWN Talk.
Oh, got you.
That wasn't being used. I think I did see NWW, and I wasn't even sure what it stood for. But
who knows? I mean, with all the hashtags and everything out there, the last thing you want to do is misdirect traffic.
Right. So, but I figured if I put talk on the back of the end of it, then that was good enough for.
Yeah, I'm going to hop off, let somebody else get on here, but it's great talking with you.
It was nice talking with you. Thanks a lot for hopping in.
All right. Thanks, Dennis. Bye.
So anybody else that wants to hop in, you're more than welcome to. Tim, thank you very much for providing that insight and information. And you're right, not all ad agencies are evil, but a good many of them are. I've run across everything. One thing I want to further expound upon that Tim was talking about, and I hope I say this correctly, not only do you have to manage your expectations of the ad, but you have to. NWWN talk is being used by someone else. Wow. Anyway, you need to. See, I completely forgot where I was going with it, but that's okay. Manage expectations of what you're doing. And that's good that you got good you got better results off of LinkedIn. Well, you got more quality results off of LinkedIn. That's not really, I don't think I'd find that shocking, just because of who's actually on and using LinkedIn and paying attention. And I have a company that's actually dabbling in LinkedIn ads now, and it's an area I've never done anything in. So it'll be interesting to see what we get out of that. So in case unless anybody else, excuse me. So unless anybody else wants to hop in, I'm pretty much done with what it was that I was going to go over. There's going to be a bunch of stuff that's coming out. You know what? There is one thing, and I'll put it in there. It's brand new. I did create a Facebook group. And I'm going to put the link for it in the chat. Now, there's not a lot there just because it was a holiday. Anyway, that's the link for the Facebook group that I've got going on. It is going to be a closed group, so you can ask to join if you want. And from there, we will be able to take discussions and topics further there. You can comment or ask questions or whatever you want to do. You'll also be able to find out about upcoming episodes because I'll be posting that in calendar event items. So the Facebook group is there. There's going to be a lot more that's going to be coming along. I'm planning out. There's more than one up in my head. Hi, Ashley, and thanks. And she left, but she still got a welcome. Oh, she's just brand new on Blab. So anyway, the Facebook group is there. If you want to join up, please share it out. If there are other things that you would like to, Ashley's back. First day on Blab. So welcome to Blab, Ashley, and welcome to the show. I'm actually getting ready to wrap up. But the topic today, there will be a replay available. It's also going to be uploaded to the YouTube channel, and the podcast series will be finalized hopefully this week. I'm going to start sending out for approval on the different platforms to get that out there. So it's basically just repurposed audio off of the Blab so that people can have their choice of option to be able to follow up. Let's see. What else? Anything else? Anybody got any comments? Anybody want to hop into the seat real quick and say hello or give their input or feedback or ask a question? You are more than welcome to. Otherwise, I'm going to go ahead and stop recording, and then I'm going to go ahead and end this Blab. So thanks a lot. My name is David Vaughn. I am the Entrepreneur's Geek. It's Now What's Next? And tune in tomorrow. Make sure that you tune in tomorrow. Tomorrow is the first episode of, again, Robert C. Stern, first interview on Now What's Next for 2016. Thanks a lot for joining, and I will see you again soon.